Hello and welcome to another episode of Fishers on the Case. This is the podcast where we talk to business owners and industry experts who connect with the law. My name is Amanda Payne and I'm the host of Fishers on the Case and CEO of Fishers Solicitors based in Ashby. So every month Fishers also has a networking event called Ashby Connect, which is held on the last Wednesday in each month. So more details of that can be found on our website. But today I'm very pleased to introduce to you my long-standing friend Martyn Baum.
Hello.
Welcome, Martyn, from Reed and Baum Estate Agents. The length of time that it takes, and clearly I have seen the length of time, being longer and longer. Can you explain, or do you know why that is?
So just to put some context behind that then.
Yeah.
So I'm a lot older than you, Amanda. So I started in 1999.
Yes.
And I think, and I'd like your opinion on this, I think the average transaction was about 6 weeks. Is that fair? Back in the late 90s.
Yeah, late 90s,
and
easily.
I see now that the average transaction is, taking brands out of the equation, if you look nationally, 14 to 16 weeks. Now, is that
4 months?
4 months.
I would have said
4 months. So 4 months, 16 weeks.
So we're on the same wavelength.
So that's how long it's taking. So what is it that's changing that?
Because we've got IT now, we've got things that we never had before.
So I think there is a number of smaller effects parts of the process that combined lengthen the whole thing out.
Okay.
So I would start with one of the biggest issues is somebody agrees to offer on a property, or they accept an offer on a property, and then they instruct their lawyer.
Yes.
And then that lawyer has to go through their onboarding.
Yes.
And onboarding now, when you take all the paperwork into account in terms of digital legal packs and anti-money laundering checks and down to fixtures and fittings form, if people sit on it, so they arrive on their inbox, or if it's not as such a switched on firm, in their mailbox on a Tuesday, and they think, well, I'm really busy at the moment, so I'll do that on Sunday. They do it on Sunday, and then it gets back to the lawyer Monday, Tuesday.
So
lawyers
it's a week,
and lawyers can't just drop things and start moving on. So it has to go into their pile, and if that happens on a chain of 4 or 5, the compound effect of that is all of a sudden there's 3-4 weeks gone before we've really started the process going. I think that my perception of the legal profession, understandably, is that there's now more responsibility, and so therefore you're more concerned about what damages could be brought against me at some point in the future.
Yeah, there is.
So therefore we used to write to each other. I mean, in the 90s, you'd send letters and get deals done quicker than we do in emails.
Yes.
But everything would very much have to be in writing, because nobody takes a view on anything. So everything, this is my perception, tell me when I'm wrong, is taken down to the nth degree and backed up, not just for today, but in case you have to compile a case for insurers
down the line,
further years down the line. And that, in a smaller way, that happens for a estate agency too. I used to be able to get a house on the market the same day. If they gave me the job at 10 o'clock in the morning, then we'd be on the internet. Well, we weren't on the internet to start with, but the equivalent of being on the internet. If we could get a house instruction on a Tuesday morning, I could still get it in the paper for Thursday. Where now, all of my onboarding with anti-money laundering and understanding, I actually have just introduced this year, which is an interesting concept, digital legal pack. So it takes your paperwork to, I don't know if you like those or not, but it gives us lots of information that then can be sent off to the solicitor later on to try and cover them. But all of that still takes time, and so people are perhaps more motivated when they're putting the house on the market than when they've agreed an offer, which is my motivation for trialling this new process. But I think it is that compound effect and that concern, and nobody being able to take a view on things. What is your perception?
No, I agree with a lot of what you've said, and I think in addition to that, we've got some organisations which didn't exist 20 years ago, where there's a lot of non-qualified people involved in the process, so not people like me and my equivalents. So that doesn't always help. They have to get their files signed off by senior people, and that can take a few days, so more delay. We have a lot of administration to do, which you've highlighted a lot of, but also source of funds, source of wealth, we need statements, and even when we get the statements, we might need more statements, and we've got to do more questioning. And that just all takes time, and that delays it as well.
So it's that
And checking, yeah. So it's not just gathering the information, it's then obviously reading it, understanding it, and sometimes we feel like we're doing the jobs of, I don't know, the police or other organisations, or even the banks, who don't seem to have the responsibilities that we have anymore.
So can I ask you a question? I know you're asking me the questions,
Yes.
but can I ask you a question? And this, for the industry, if the average cost of conveyancing in the country doubled, which consumer wouldn't like, but if it did, would that speed up the process?
No.
It wouldn't.
I don't think so.
You wouldn't be able to bring more. Would you then be able to attract more qualified lawyers into?
Probably.
I think both of our industries have got a challenge at the moment of bringing through the next generation of estate agents and conveyancers, because there's more better paid roles out there. There is it's neither role can you arrive in on day one and be CEO in 18 months time, and people's patience is dropping down. So I think it's a challenge for both of our industries to get really good people in.
It is.
And
there's a lot less people going into conveyancing than there ever used to be, I think.
And that was my motivation behind it. If you could pay more, then would that then allow us to get better people in, which would perhaps
speed up the process.
Maybe it takes it away from the lowest common denominator, which is more of a volume-based conveyancing business.
Yeah, no, true. No, I get what you're saying. I think that will probably work.
That's good then. So there's my
So the same
that's my campaign. I'm gonna have a T-shirt. Pay conveyancers more.